He wanted to die in the battle. And he was furious, like he could jump on things. You see, you study the history of Khalid ibn al-Walid, is another world. And one time even he drank poison to make a point actually. But this is specially for him, it's not for you. And didn't hurt him. And one of all the NOOR, all the fires of the universe did like this to listen. He says, Kuni bardan, all the fire in the world becomes cold. So if Ibrahim would have thrown onto the fire at that moment, it will be freezing to death. Kuni bardan, and then he says, wasalaman, and peace, and mince, and cool. It's not just cold, and peace. It means a nice, like AC, like 70 degree, nice sitting. Subhanallah, Ibrahim sitting right there. I was reading Abdullah ibn Abbas, he says, when they throw him, it was so beautiful around him. And he was sitting and the people are watching. And his mother and his father, the idol one who sells the idol, he was right there watching. He says, Ya Ibrahim, ni'ma rabbu rabbuk. What a beautiful God you have. My God can do nothing, my idols. He says, ni'ma rabbu rabbuka ya Ibrahim. What a beautiful Lord you have, ya Ibrahim, that could save you from this. You see that? But yet he didn't believe. So Ibrahim alayhi salam thrown into the fire. Some ulama they say 3 days. Some ulama they say 40. Well, we don't know exactly. I don't have any number how long he stays there. But when he came out from there, they took him to a biggest tyrant of that Iraq, which is Namrud. The Namrud is like Fir'aun at that time. He was making the people to worship idol. Also, he was telling the people that he's a super power, that you need to worship him as well. And Namrud now heard about Ibrahim. Who are you, this man, that actually fire doesn't burn you? Come and meet with me. So he gets scared. What's this guy? He says, why you was saved from the fire? He says, Rabbi alladhi yuhyi wa yumit. Not you, not your fire, not your caliper that gives life and death, but my Lord, Allah, the creator of the universe. This is aqidah, that no one can take your life. When somebody kills someone, it means it was decreed already. So it means no one can just take, what his name? Khalid ibn al-Walid, by the way, he says, I fought almost 200 battles. I came through the battle. I went through the sword. I went through. And he said, there is nothing in my body except there is a piece of sword on my body. Either ta'na, like this, a snap, or with the knife, or a sword. He says, وَهَا أَنَا الْيَوْمَ أَمُوتُ كَمَا يَمُوتُ الْبَعِيرُ فَوْقَ الْفِرَاشِ. And now I am dying on my bed like the donkey is dead. He wanted to die in the battle. And he was furious, like he could jump on things. You see, you study the history of Khalid ibn al-Walid, is another world. And one time even he drank poison to make a point actually. But this is specially for him, it's not for you. And didn't hurt him. And one of the ulama, they say, the reason why he didn't die, I searched why he didn't die in the battle. Can anybody know? Saifullah. Because when Khalid ibn al-Walid became a Muslim, and the Prophet ﷺ, he says, Anta al-yawm, today, the Prophet saw on him some talent, the talent of Iman, the faith can show from the first day. When somebody is lazy, you can tell. But the minute Khalid ibn al-Walid become, the Prophet has firasa. وَالْفِرَاسَةُ الْمُؤْمِنِ لَا تُخْطِئ. The intuition and the insight of a believer, it will never be mistaken. It's true. So imagine the Prophet, he says, Ya Khalid, أنت اليوم سيف من سيوف الله وسيف الله لا يكسر. And the sword of Allah cannot die in the battle. He has to die that way. Because when he was dying and he said this, one Sahabi, he told him, Ya Khalid, no one can take your soul in the battle. This is because you are Saifullah. So he opened for him why he's dying. You're not dying like a donkey. No, you are dying in your bed because no one can take your soul because you are the sword of Allah. And the sword of Allah cannot be broken. If somebody killed Khalid ibn al-Walid, can somebody comes back to us, a non-Muslim, and he come with reasoning and debating? Don't you guys say that your Prophet said that Khalid ibn al-Walid is the sword of Allah? Why he was killed by such and such in this battle? That's a problem. Is it true or not? Many. Like for example, Abu Lahab. Abu Lahab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 10 years, Allah says, تَبَّتْ يَدَا أَبِي لَهَبٍ وَتَبْ مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُ مَالُهُ وَمَا كَسَبْ. What did he say? سَيَصْلَى نَارًا ذَاتَ لَهَبٍ. Abu Lahab, Allah says, you are going to the hellfire. Because he was the biggest enemy of the Prophet. The Prophet was making da'wah and he's following him. He said, this is my nephew, I know him, he's sahir, he's a magician. He says, oh my uncle, leave me alone, let me make da'wah. He's following him. So 10 years, Abu Lahab lived with this ayah already there. Gary Miller, when he became Muslim, he's in Canada, I know this guy, became Muslim long time ago. He studied the Quran. When he saw this, Tabbat yada Abi Lahab, I want to see Abu Lahab, what happened to him. Don't think that they are more smarter than you and me, the enemy of Islam, or the Westerners. When they study the religion, they want to prove that this religion is wrong. So this guy, when he saw that there is a verse in the Quran that it says that Abu Lahab is going to the hellfire, he went back and he says, oh my God, that's it. If I found that Abu Lahab become Muslim during his period of time, and he went to the Seerah and he studied the Seerah, and he found that Abu Lahab for 10 years, never ever, even by lying, went to the mountain and he says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, even as of hypocrisy.